Hello, my name is Reagan Maher, and a few years ago, I was dying. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, but physically. My kidneys had failed. My life was slowly becoming a cycle of hospital appointments, exhaustion, and uncertainty. Everything about my life started shrinking. My energy, my plans, my future, even hope at times. And when you live long enough in that space, something starts happening inside you. You begin asking the big questions. Why is this happening to me? Why is my life supposed to mean? And honestly, where's God in all of this? For a long time, I knew about God. I heard about him my whole life. But knowing about God and truly knowing him are two very different things. Then on November 11th, 2021, something happened that changed everything in my life forever. A young woman named Fauna lost her life, and her wishes were to become an organ donor. And she also became my kidney donor. I never got to meet her, but because of her gift, I am standing here today, alive. Think about that for a moment. Someone I never met made a decision that gave me a second chance at life. That's incredibly powerful. But the truth is, the transplant wasn't the end of the struggle. My recovery was incredibly difficult. Complications came one after another. Months turned into years of fighting just to get healthy again. At times I felt broken, frustrated, and exhausted. After 2.5 years, my body finally started beginning to heal. And I felt great for about 6 months. Then on my 3-year transplant anniversary, I went into antibody-mediated rejection. I was fighting for my life all over again. But something else was happening during that time. God was working on my heart and rebuilding me for something greater. When you're stripped of control, when your body fails, when you realize how fragile life really is, you start seeing things differently. I began realizing something powerful. When you've had your life saved not once, but twice, you realize you're here for a reason. My life wasn't saved by accident. God had carried me through every moment, even the ones where I didn't recognize him. And slowly, my faith stopped being something I just talked about, and it became something I lived. I began to understand grace in a way I never had before. Because when someone literally gives you their life so that you can live, it changes you. It humbles you. It makes you grateful. And it makes you ask one very important question. What am I going to do with this second chance? For me, the answer became clear. I wanted to live my life to honor the gift I was given. I want to serve others. I want to encourage people who are suffering. I want to support transplant recipients, donor families, and people who are still waiting for their miracle. And most importantly, I want people to know the God who carried me through the darkest chapter of my life. Because here's the truth. A kidney transplant saved my life, but Jesus saved my soul. And today I stand here healthier than I've ever been in years, with a passion for life I didn't have before, and a faith that is deeper than anything I've ever experienced. You may be going through something similar. Maybe you're dealing with loss. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you're asking the same questions I once asked. But I can tell you this: God meets us in the hardest moments of our lives. Sometimes in the middle of pain, sometimes through other people, sometimes in ways we never expected. For me, he showed up through a donor named Fauna, and through a second chance at life. And now I want to spend the rest of my life making that second chance matter.